Hey guys, I thought I'd shoot a little vlog for you guys today. It's analog day. I'm going to be shooting some film, some 35mm film. I'm going to meet up with good friends Irene and Joeri, and Irene's got a model. I believe she's styling everything vintage. So we're going to meet up. We're going to have a creative Saturday shooting film. I think they're going to be bringing out some medium format cameras, and I'm going to be shooting with my 35mm film just to show you guys how I do that. And I'll bring you back and show you how I even scan it. I'll show you how I develop it. I cheat. I just take it to London Drugs and get a 1-hour developing service. I get the negatives only, and then I bring them on home and scan them into the computer with my negative film scanner. I'm going to show you how I do that. And then for all of you guys who don't shoot film and aren't going to shoot film, I'm going to show you how I turn some of my digital photos into film looking photos with some cool Lightroom presets, because you guys all know that I am the preset guy. So that's what we're going to do today for you. Well, let me show you a little bit of the gear that I've got today that I'm going to be shooting with. So first and foremost, we've got the Nikon FM2. This is old school 35mm film. It's got some nice walnut decor on it from Artisan Obscura. I'm mounting the Rokinon 85mm 1.4 on here, just because it's a beautiful lens, and that's what I'm going to be shooting with. I can also toss on my old school 50mm. It's got an adapter for Canon right now, and I've also got another pancake lens for Nikon. That's a 50mm 1.8E series. And I've got the adapter to mount on my Samsung, which I'm recording on right now if I want to do some digital stills. And then we've got plenty of film. I've got, this is some C41 black and white, which is nice. Portrait is always a winner from Kodak. This is 800 ISO. Got some Fuji run-of-the-mill stuff. And then I'm going to bring some 120 film just in case. I believe they will be shooting with 120 film. This is awesome stuff. We got Portrait 400 and the Pro 400H from Fuji, and then some El Cheapo lomography color and black and white. So that's going to be my arsenal for today in the analog world. I'm going to record everything on my Samsung NX500, which is also amazing. But what you guys can do is check out my video on why mirrorless cameras, and it'll give you a little bit of an idea of why I have the lens setup that I have. It's super versatile. So what I can do is all of my lenses work on all of my camera bodies, including film. So I've got Nikon mount lenses for pretty much everything. They work on my old Nikon film bodies. They also work on my Samsung NX500 mirrorless camera. And with this adapter here, they also work on my Canon 6D. So I don't need to buy a whole bunch of lenses. My lenses all work on all platforms, and it's awesome that way. So we're going to head out. We're going to meet up with the crew, meet our model, and get creative and get shooting. So stay tuned. What I'm going to do really quick for you guys is I'm going to show you how I load the 35mm film into this Nikon FM2 today. To start off the day, I'm going to go with the black and white C41 here and see if I can get some good shots. I'm actually not a great film shooter. It's actually super hard to nail the focus when I'm shooting my kind of style, which is wide open. This lens is going to go to 1.4 if I need it to. I'll probably stop it down a little bit for film. So there's a little button here to pop this sucker open. I just lift up on that tab, and then that pull up on that to drop everything on the floor. And then there you go, open up that door. And so I'm going to take the tip of the film here, and I'm actually going to pinch it and fold it over so that I can slide it in the slot easier on the camera here. And then we can just pop that in like so. It's kind of hard to do this with my camera and my film, but anyways, I hope you guys get the gist of it. Slide it up into this groove like so, and just kind of start rolling it this way until it's in like that. And that's how I load film. And so we close it up, and then you sit and you advance it. See how I've got a little S there? I'm going to advance it a couple times to get it going. And you know it's working when your film dial is spinning. Well, it didn't really spin there, but it is working. So I'm loaded up at my #1 spot. And that's how I load 35mm film in Nikon's FM2. Alright, so I'm heading downtown Calgary to go meet up with Irene and Joeri and Emma. And we are going to shoot some film. I think those guys are shooting their medium format. And I'm going to shoot my 35mm Nikon. And that's basically what we're going to do. It's actually nice out. It turned out to be nice. It was like only 4 degrees this morning, but we got sunshine. And hopefully we get some awesome shots today in our creative photography adventures. You want an adventure, you just have to drive on Calgary streets.
It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest. The final hour before we let it go to rest. And in our story,
You can't go down that way. You're really, really stupid. One-way street. So we're at McDougall Center here. I was just trying to find Irene, but I found her. And this is a pretty old looking school. Pretty awesome. This is where we're gonna shoot. What's up, homies?
Are you vlogging?
Yeah, I'm vlogging.
Are you actually Jane? Are you actually
Who's this lady?
Emma.
Emma, nice to meet you. What's this lady?
LaQuisha.
LaQuisha. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm vlogging.
Cool.
So we're gonna shoot some film?
Yes.
And what else? Oh, look at this. Can you talk to me about this old, ancient...
Well, this is, I think, from 1965. This is the Mamiya C33, a medium format camera. It's kind of dirty, but...
That's okay. The glass looks good.
You know, it adds to the picture.
There you go.
So we're gonna do something very vintage today. The model's gonna be wearing a hat and a coat, and we did like the red lip, vintage vibes. And then I chose this location.
Yeah, I like
right
it.
Now,
Old school.
And we might go to the
Literally old
yeah.
school.
Yes, very old school. So yeah, she just told me I can use it for right now.
Cool. We're just waiting on Joeri, right?
Yes.
And then we're gonna get cracking. What do you want me to do?
Shoot.
Oh, I can shoot.
Just have fun.
Okay, I can have fun. I brought just my Nikon. Here's Joeri, our pro filmer.
Hi, Joeri. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This hard light is not flattering. Look at your shadowy lighting.
Oh no!
I'm backlit. I'm beautiful.
Yes. Everything back
the past, but going we're going how for the better we tell.
So Irene is not an artisan. I'm basically an artisan of Nikon analog, and look at her. She's got the box inside there. She doesn't even know what she's doing. She's not even listening.
And now it's over. Wish we
So we're just finishing up shooting some film on the Stephen Avenue We did some shots at the McDougall School or whatever it is.
It's McDougall Center.
McDougall Center. And we're gonna go check out Joeri. He's got a vintage car. We'll finish up there, and then it's gonna be on to developing. And then I'll do some scanning. And some final touch-ups maybe on the computer. And that's just how we shoot the film today.
We're going under, and there's nothing we can do. You've become me, and I've become you in this story.
Check out Joeri's sweet ride. So I'm just going to wrap up my film shooting. Well, I've already wrapped up my film shooting. And these guys are actually going to stick with Joeri here and develop some of their medium format film. I cheat. I'm just going to London Drugs. Going to get mine done. I guess I should look at the lens. I'm going to get mine done at London Drugs. They do C41 development in an hour. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And then Irene's going to come over and we're going to scan some negatives tomorrow, and we'll get this video up on YouTube, and hopefully we get some really killer results. So, see you soon.
I feel like a surgeon.
Irene already developed her film, so we're here scanning on the Epson. I got an Epson V600. And she's got her film gloves on, and we're just using the software on the computer here. We're gonna use. See, this is one of her shots.
This has some dust on them, you know, like
yeah,
a little dusticle flying.
Yeah,
Would this even
those
be
are
good?
shitty. Well, let's see. I don't know.
What about your black ones? I feel like this is last.
And then this is it loaded?
Yes, it is.
So we're just using the
so ready to go.
Epson software here. We're gonna generate a little preview.
I think these ones are better, honestly. There's not
Probably.
much flying from them. The white ones had just like a bunch of little hairy dusticles.
I can hear it doing something. So we're scanning at 1200 DPI, or no, 1600 DPI. These black and white negatives. And here we go.
Yeah, these look good.
Oh, they look really good.
These ones look sharp, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a little preview, and now we're going to scan them up and throw them in our folder here. I'll show you guys what we've scanned so far. Yeah, these look good. Oh, this is going to be fun. So that's it. That's how we scan them. Really simple process, and then you can play with them on the computer. Start posting them on social media, or doctor them a little bit with Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever you use. But that is how we do our film shoot. Bye-bye! Okay, so I found my 35mm holder for my scanner. So I'm going to finish this off and show you guys how to do things. I've got the London Drugs film. They just did develop only, and it was $7.99 a roll, which kind of sucks because it used to be like $4 and something cents. So they did a huge price hike, but that is life. So here's my 35mm holders. I can put 2 strips in. I'm just going to cut these, put them in, toss them on my scanner, and see if we can't get some decent shots to turn out on the computer. Alright, so scanning is complete, and I've got a lot of great shots. I'm going to toss them up on the video here for you guys to take a look, but here's just a quick peek at, I mentioned the digital shots that I put the film Lightroom presets on. They're pretty awesome too, so I'll show you a couple of these. This is a color one, and then I have a whole bunch of black and white presets, and here's another shot with a black and white preset. This is for Lightroom. And this was shot on my Samsung NX500 with a legacy Nikon glass. But that's what you can do with the Lightroom presets that I sell over at presetguide.com, and you can grab your own or just make your own from scratch if you want to. You can do all sorts of funky things in Lightroom to add film grain and film tones or black and white tones. And then what I'm super pumped to show you is some of the 35mm scans. A lot of them turned out really well here. I don't know how to use a Mac, but here, I'll show you. That was, these are all the keepers for my 35mm. And these are all scanned in. And I think they came out pretty awesome. And that pretty much wraps up our film day. So, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments. And otherwise, like, subscribe, enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and that was a double exposure. That was accidental double exposure from film slipping inside the camera there. Probably when I showed you guys how I loaded the film, I loaded it kind of loose at the start there. Yeah, that's probably what contributed to that. But anyways, still kind of cool. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.
Wish we had done